For some, quantum technology is the thing of next century, and they don't even look into it now. But after reading this, it certainly needs the attention of the crypto community, as the idea of a hack-proof quantum internet is here, and the quantum computing may be a disruptor of crypto in the next decade. But while the digitization is entering into a next era, which is the digital revolution, it's pushing for more room for blockchain and distributed ledger technology. Industry leaders like Visa, PayPal, MasterCard, and all agree that there is a huge opportunity in the payments market, and the blockchain is a way to make that easier for them. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. If you saw value for your time, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you would like to extend your support, look at the description. You can see Patreon and PayPal link, or you can use the XRP wallet address. Now, let's look at what are the things going around. Like, these are getting really interesting. Now, as the industry leaders are moving towards digitized future, a digitized infrastructure, central banks are also embracing this technology, because the idea is entering into new level of digitized economy using state-of-the-art payment solutions.
In order to reach its full potential, the European Union Recovery and Resilience Facility will need to be firmly rooted in sound structural policies conceived and implemented at the national level. Well-designed structural policies could contribute to a faster, stronger, and more uniform recovery from the crisis, thereby supporting the effectiveness of monetary policy in the euro area. Targeted structural policies are particularly important to rejuvenate our economies, with the focus on accelerating investment in priority areas such as the green and the digital transitions. We are now ready to, in order to reach its...
So the green and digital future is all they are looking at to rejuvenate what the current economy, which is suffering from crisis. Guys, if you're getting a background noise here, that's because of this thing here. Typhoon Haiyan is actually going through our area, and it's, making a mess out here right now. We are at here in Busan, and what we are looking at is the satellite image of that typhoon. Now, this is not a typhoon show here. Just wanted to show you guys that if you are having any kind of background noise here, do forgive me. Now, as we continue, we actually see these kind of stuff. This is from XRP Crypto Wolf, and it shows Australian Senate looks at blockchain, which would be creating 3 trillion market by 2030. Now, that is something, except just the blockchain technology and how the investments would be made on the projects itself, not the crypto value. But looking at that, that is an increased money flow into the blockchain technology area. Now, when we come to this article and look at quantum, it's currently in a research stage in which, the quantum information science and all are researching for that. But at the same time, they also are considering this. What? The national security implications of quantum, including the risks of shortfalls in our cryptographic defense against quantum computer attack by China or any other advanced power. So even if you are using cryptographic defenses, cryptographic issues, it can be disrupted using the quantum computing. But as they focus here, they are looking majority at a hack-proof quantum internet. Now, if it is a new era of internet, that can easily be accommodating internet of value, because if you are having a quantum internet which is way faster than what it is now, and then it is connected to a distributed ledger technology which has the scalability and that frictionless effect, it can be managing the next industry, which is the quantum industry, turning that into the economic support for the financial side. Now, as we look at different issues in that, we can understand digital platforms are rising in finance, and they will be key in near future. And when we talk about that, platforms, business models are rising in finance today, and they talk about $60 trillion economic activity. So that's like 30% of the global economic activity in digital platforms. $60 trillion. Guys, these are not actually small amounts which we are focusing here. We are looking at something huge as the industry change. One region by one region, it is really changing. Now, as we move into next information like this, we are getting calls from different analysts. Now, it actually depends upon how you look at the chart and understand it. As far as I'm concerned, back when we reached around 0.24 area, I was informing you guys and precisely in Patreon link at particular time when I was actually buying and the reason why I was buying. Right now, when we look at the chart here from this bottom to the top here and look at the Fibonacci resistance here, Fibonacci levels here, what you can see is this particular level, the previous resistance level here, which is also the 0.618 kind of the golden level of Fibonacci, is acting as a support. Price reached that particular area on a 3-day chart. This is on a 3-day chart, and it's kind of bouncing. Now, when we had a long red candle like this, yeah, we may see a bit of retracement even like this and then continue in that pattern. So if you are entering this, look at this level as a bounce off level. If it's not and it's going down below this 0.618, that would take in more sellers. You know, the interest of sellers would be increasing from that level. Now, if we look at the chart on a daily, we would understand that we are getting a continuation pattern, that too passing through a support resistance area. So the chances are still there that the price may even drop back to 0.21. But looking at the Fibonacci resistance level and the way the price has been following this particular trend, say this is the bottom, this is the second touch in there, and if we actually plot that line here, what we can see here is that the possibility of reaching back here can't be neglected. But that's when we plot that trend line resistance. What if we actually look at the long-term trend here, looking at all these points made here? Because if we are looking at this, we are only considering 2-point touches here creating that line. But if we are looking at this rounded bottom here, looking at how the price actually made these levels, it kind of gives us a clear indication that we were passing through this particular trend line. Now we are at this particular level. We discussed through that previously, but now we are also having this point support of 0.618 there, and looking at the standard deviation of this particular trend line resistance here, we are actually moving in towards that. So if we focus on that, what we understand is we just broke below that, but still the standard deviation is still there. So if we are breaking above this particular level, which is 0.245 say, and staying above in this green area, that would be a positive sign showing that the price would bounce off from this level to the upside. But on the negative side, if we are going to the upside again around 0.245 and then bouncing to the downside and breaking below 0.232, then that's way negative sign than you can get. So these are all on a bit of a long-term approach, but if you go zoom in and look at it on a shorter time frame, if you are trading this market, or if you want to understand what really is going on, looking at the standard deviations and how this market is fluctuating, you kind of get something like this. The market was trending like this, it just broke below that, and then it's coming back to retest that area, and at the time 20-day moving average is acting as a resistance there. So that's on the shorter time frame. So if you are looking at this, we can understand that the price has already reached a level of support here, which you can see previous support here, previous support resistance, previous resistance. So if you plot that here, we are reaching the next level of support. We previously way above this, and that level was a support, but the price didn't actually respect that level. Now if you're looking at Ethereum to understand the general market, can see that the price actually came back, retested that accumulation zone top, but it broke below that. Now that's not completely bearish, but still there are bears looking out of the window. So if you look at that particular region and look where most of the support and resistance is touching, that's somewhere around here 317, and the price just bounced off from that exact level. Now if the price can't actually keep that level and it's bouncing back below this 317, 315 area, that's again negative. Why? Because when Ethereum and XRP is going to the downside and you look at the altcoin market cap, you understand something similar. You see that we are getting back into that range, and if we are going even 5 to 10% to the downside, that can be kicking off some stop losses and the price may even go to the downside. Why? Because if we plot the line, the trend line connecting these particular resistance lines here, then you are able to understand that we actually touched majority of the tops here in this long-term resistance, and the chances are that the price may even go back down for much in percentage. Say if we are taking it from the current level and looking at the bottom of this, it's 10%, and then looking at the support here, it's 30%. So you have to actually consider those when you are trading. Now that's all on the technical side, right? But when we come back and look at the fundamental side, what we can understand is, the XRP accounts. Now there is a bit more clarity about the Spark Flare connection between XRP and how you will be getting that 1:1 Spark tokens. Now when you look at this from XRP Crypto Wolf, what you get is 980 million XRP. Wow. So that's not a small amount, right? XRP accounts have already been set up to claim Spark. So if you haven't still did that, or if you're still confused about whether your exchange is going to offer that to you, you still have to look at more, because here say majority of my viewers would be familiar with eToro, the exchange, and here they are actually highlighting that they are in talks with the Flare and Ripple network. So they would be informing the customers that if they are going to support this or not. In looking at the majority and how this is evolving with Coinbase and all, if they are not supporting it, a mass majority of XRP holders would be leaving that exchange, and that won't be actually good for them too, right? They would have to process all those withdrawals, and the money is going to flow to the outside, which is not a good thing when you are at this juncture of economic crisis. Price is going to the downside, alts are down, BTC is down and all. But on the other side, when the market is going to the downside, Ripple, the company, is expanding and they are hiring more and more, looking at more opportunity to improve their network and extend their reach. So that is when you understand that even though the price of a token is going to the downside, the company doesn't even care about that. Yeah, we can say that they are dumping on us, they are doing this, they are doing that, they are making money of them, but you don't really understand the long-term picture, the holistic picture of this project. Why? Because until you concentrate fully on the fundamentals and then check the technicals, you won't actually grasp that. If you look at the long-term chart, say this is a monthly, which is the maximum point which I can access here on this charts, I can see that the price has actually moved to the upside, and as we talked about long shaped candles, here it's actually a green long shaped candles. And when you look at the support level of that particular area, you can see that we had this wick here and the head of that mother candle was like here, right? We broke above that here in this July, and then now we are retesting that area. So if we get a bounce after this back test or the retest here, that's going to be a bullish symbol on a monthly. Now when we look at that on a monthly and we understand that even the MACD on a monthly has already crossed to the upside and giving us this symbol here, that's even, yeah, I agree, it's really small in terms of volume, but that's how it all starts, right? If you look back here, that's how it all starts. So September is one of the month which you have to look up to, because following September the volume would be coming up, and that's what I actually think. September, October would be playing a crucial role in the coming bull run. Now as the majority are understanding the opportunity is there and the volume is kind of picking up, once this month ends, you have to actually look at how the volume actually ends, whether it's in green or it's in red, what the volume is, like it surpasses this level which we had previously, or is it way below that. Now that kind of indicates us that how the interest into this asset is varying. Because if you're an investor who already understand that you entered into an asset which has that potential and the fundamentals, you won't be actually distracted by these kind of articles. This came out recently, and it shows our individuals who actually don't understand the long-term view or the escrow setup and all are slamming XRP. Why? Because they are taking it in an approach in which they say XRP is just a token which is making money for Ripple, the company. They don't actually look at the fundamental, what the company is doing, or the level of adoption of this particular company and the project. If you look at that, we already understand supranational institutions like IMF, BIS, and all those, we went through that, right? They all are naming Ripple and XRP in their reports. Now that won't be actually cool for other projects, right? They won't be understanding this properly. Why? Because they are not being mentioned there. Other coins, the projects, we can look at some projects which have that fundamentals, which have that value which they are looking at in their project or the target market, say XDC, XLM, and others similar things. That kind of has the potential to take out some of the percentage in the entire payment industry. But when guys like this and come out and what happened to Sushi, we can understand that that token was kind of created in a week time, and he raised that much of money and it took and went out. So if you are looking at that, XRP is not something similar. It's been here from different market cycle. The company is transparent than any other companies. If you look at project like Ethereum, how transparent are they? How much are they selling? Do you know that? No, it's not completely clear. But Ripple, the company, highlights how much XRP they are selling on the market, how much XRP they are selling on OTC markets. They are transparent about everything, and that's what you actually need when you're entering into a regulatory, strict regulatory network. So while we enter into that regulatory framework, if we are not having that kind of transparency, it would actually hurt the entire market. But once we are looking at this, say on a weekly, to just understand the trend and look at the fundamentals, what we understand is that the price is not actually reflecting the actual value of this asset. But just even if you are a beginner looking at these charts, you can easily understand that the price actually went to the upside. Now if you zoom out and look at the bull market, yes, it went a lot up. Now it actually came back, retested this bottom which it put back in July 17, and now it's confirming that this support level is still valid and the price can actually move to the upside because buyers are interested to buy this asset from this particular level. Now that's on a long time frame view, right? If you're looking at this asset and the accumulation range here, we are still within that range. So if we are flirting with this top level, bouncing from the middle towards the upside again, that indicates the sign that we may actually burst directly towards 0.5 and then move towards 0.7 in the near future. Hope you guys actually understood what I was trying to illustrate, and if you did, do support the video, hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. If you would like to extend your support for the channel and the research being executed here, you can use Patreon and PayPal to support the channel. Now guys, this is just for SI family. If you are looking at Busan, the typhoon and all, please do consider us in your prayers. And hopefully the typhoon is actually passing out in 1 hour or 2, and things look a bit messy, but not that kind of what we had last week. At least in my area, it looks like it's calming down. So I'm a bit happy. Hopefully there won't be any issues for internet, electricity and all from here on. So I'll be updating you guys about this afterwards. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.